Hey everyone, what's up? Just want to take the time today to do a second review, second opinion of the T68 and the DMAGs. I've had it for about a year now, so I want to show you guys a few things that I've learned about it while I've been using it. So, first thing, I'm going to show you how to decock it without taking anything apart. All you're going to do is take your middle finger, stick it up in the chamber, push the lock bolt out of the way, apply a little bit of force on the bolt as it comes forward, and just let it, there you go, it's decocked, pretty easy. Next, what we're going to do is degas the whole thing again without taking any of the gun apart, without getting any pouches off, without having to screw off, take the remote line off or anything like that. All you're going to do is pull the bolt back almost past the lock bolt and let it slam forward. That way, oops, that'll happen too sometimes. All you're doing is letting the striker hit the valve with enough force to let all the air out. Keep doing that. Oops, did that again. And that should be it. Maybe a little tedious, maybe slightly annoying, but I think it's a little bit easier than having to, take everything apart. So you get the remote line off, and there we go. Now what I'm going to do is show you guys sling mounts. So there's something you got to look out for when you're picking sling mounts with this. And that is, when you bring the charging handle back, there's, try to get it in the light there, there's just almost no room for the charging handle to come back. With this, metal, this is kind of a larger, bulkier sling mount. There's not enough, barely enough room for the charging handle to come back. There's a lot of plane. If it comes back like this, it's just not going to work at all. Bring it around this side. I'll show you some new one I'm going to start using. It's a plastic one. It's a bit smaller than the metal one we had. If you'll notice on the left side here, the left side, it's got more clearance between the charging handle and the sling mount. So if we bring this back, it might not look like a whole lot, but it's going to be easier to use than the other ones. So it's just something to consider if you're going to go with this paintball gun. Now on the DMAGs, we're going to start with the base plates. Got this new one on the top here. Oops, I'm sorry. The used one is going to be on the top. The new one's on the bottom. You'll notice there's the gap on the top one is smaller in the locking units than on the bottom one. What happens is when the mags are seated in the well, these things bend down too far and they get stuck like this after, a few weeks, maybe a month or so, worth of use. You're not going to be buying new ones every other day, but there's something you got to look out for, because you see at the bottom here, if we flip them over, those tabs on the top one are kind of sticking out. And then on the bottom new one, they're flush. So something you want to watch out for. Refocus that, and I'll show you this. What happens is, see it right here, top of this magazine, that's what happens. It sits in the well like this, and it bends this thing down. And it just eventually gets stuck like that, and then, like I said, it won't lock the followers down. There will always be pressure on the stack that you're using. So if you're finding that the followers aren't locking down and they're not staying down, you might want to check your base plate. Again, it's a very cheap, easy fix. I'm glad they're only $1 something online, but it's just something you gotta look out for. The next thing is, again, inserting the DMAGs in the mag well. It gets easier. That was one smack. You see both the followers worked. Again, from that one. You can see this is flush with the mag well, and again, both the followers worked. And I'll show you on the magazines themselves, there are wear-in spots. You see right around here on both sides. Again, after a few weeks, you'll start seeing those, and they'll get easier to insert. When you first get them, yeah, even I'll admit, they were pretty hard to get in. You had to cram them in there, smack them a whole bunch of times. If you watch the mag dump video I did, you see I was smacking them a few times to get them in the mag well, but now it's a lot easier to use. So as you go along, the mags will get easier to insert as time goes by. And overall, this thing has been a great paintball gun. It's worked every time I've pulled the trigger, which is what I'm looking for. and especially in the limited capacity paintball gun like this, it's just been great. So, and if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Feel free to ask, and thank you for watching.